Brown Show. We're shooting live from 2xposu studio. We have Mr. Daryl Goodman, the founder, Mr. Ray Harvey, chief engineer. And as a special guest, I'm going to talk about some of my hobby that I have, which is some of my sports memorabilia. And I have one of my sports memorabilia is my autographed O.J. Simpson jersey. I think the reason why I got into this is I was working in Charlotte as working with the Carolina Panthers, and I noticed that I used to notice that people used to go around getting autographs from athletes, and I noticed that a lot of people used to do this, and I noticed that, well, to be honest with you, white people used to do this. They used to get autographs, and I didn't see too many blacks getting in line, getting their autographs, their players' autographs. So I started getting in line, to get an autograph. And I started hearing that they used to get these autographs, and then they used to keep these autographs, and then it's like stock. You keep the autographs, and when the players become famous, they keep the autograph you got to keep it for a certain amount of years. Once the players become famous, then you cash it in. Their jerseys or the footballs or basketball, and they started selling it. So I started collecting things, footballs, basketballs, baseballs, and I started collecting. And this is one of the things that I collected. And this is a autographed O.J. Simpson jersey. And I know a lot of the old school people, they know about this O.J. Simpson, because back in the 70s, this was a real famous individual. I know he got in a lot of trouble back in the 90s and stuff like that. But this is a real famous jersey, and I'm just waiting that this is going to be a real collector when he dies. Because a lot of people really don't want him right now because, he went through a lot of things in the 90s. But I'm just waiting on him to die because it's going to cost a lot of money to collect this thing right here. Because he was the man one time. This was the juice right here. So you might not like him right now. But just like Michael Jackson when he died, they started running behind some Michael Jackson stuff. So I'm looking for some people to run behind O.J. when he died. So I'm going to hold on to this right here. So this is one of the things that I'm holding on to, this O.J. Simpson jersey right here and his cards and stuff, because I know that he was a real famous athlete. He broke a lot of records and stuff, and this was a real famous athlete. And then back in the 70s and 80s, when you watch open TVs, and he was the Hertz, and all you saw is O.J. Simpson, the juice. That's all he was and stuff like that. So a lot of when you watch sports, especially football, that's all you saw is the juice and so this is one of my biggest collectibles that I have right here is the O.J. Simpson jersey right here, and I'm trying to hold on to this, but just like I said, it's like stock. You got to hold on to these items, and that's one of the biggest things. Just holding on to values increases and stuff. So another one of my items that I'm holding on to is the Mike Tyson photo that I have, and he was a very famous boxer back in the days and stuff, and Mike Tyson, as you know, he was a beast. We're going to take a picture of Mike Tyson, and as you can notice, this thing right here, this is a JSA. The JSA shows the authenticity. If you get into this thing of collecting these autographed pictures, make sure that your picture comes with the authenticity sticker. They have a company that authenticates that autograph. Make sure that once you go out there and purchase this picture with the autograph, that it has this sticker on it, and it has this sticker and this paper that shows that autograph is proper, is right. Because if it's not, anyone can sell you a fake autograph. That autograph may not be real, but by having this sticker and having this paperwork right here, that's showing that that autograph has been proven to be Mike Tyson's authentic autograph. So anyone that's going to purchase this picture, all they got to do is look for this thing right here, and they'll know that it's a real autograph by Mike Tyson. So these are some of the things that you have to look for, especially when you're spending that money. When you start spending that big money, you have to start making sure that you're buying some real, authentic autograph, because people are going to sell you some bootleg. They're going to sell you some autograph that's not, because some people are not going to sell you some things. So remember that JSA, they got a place in Jersey. I think they have an office in Jersey and in Florida. JSA, James Spence Authentication. They come to certain states, and what they do is they come and authenticate autographs. They charge a fee, but what they do is it's worth it to have your documents authenticated to make sure they're real. They charge certain fees, but the purpose of that is to make sure that what you are, that you have, or something that someone is selling, is a real authenticated autograph. If not, you just got something that's fake, and you done spent hundreds of thousands of dollars for some fake autograph. So, I mean, that Mike Tyson, this is something also, because back in the days, Mike Tyson was a beast. I mean, he was knocking down people left and right. It was like Ali. He was down there with Ali and Foreman and all that. He was one of the best boxers that they were. I mean, we remember Mike Tyson. So that's what I'm saying. This is another one. So when you go out there and start collecting, remember to make sure that they got these JSAs. So this is one of the things that you do if you're going to get into this type of collecting things. Another one that we have is Kyrie. For some of the new people, we have a picture of Kyrie. Now this is the newer model right here, Kyrie. Now some of the pictures right here, this is Kyrie when he played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now this is one of his oldest pictures right here, but I just collect plenty of pictures and stuff, and I got pictures of the Carolina Panthers players. I got them of, different, all kind of players. It's like I just went out there and just made this like a habit. I spent money on this stuff, and it just became something to do. I spent time. It takes a lot of time, because you go out there, like when players come into town, you just go out there and you try to get them to autograph your items. It's something that is time consuming, but it's worth the time. It's an investment. That's Kyrie Irving. They come into town. When they came in to see when they played, you just come in. And some of the players, they'll sign it. Some players, they won't. It's just the spur of the moment. They'll do it. Some players won't. And according to how they're feeling. Another player that I have is Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman. I got a photo of Michael Jordan and Dennis. Now, this is a hard picture right here, but it's worth a lot of money. This is Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman. This is a valuable picture right here. Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman. Like I said, I got plenty of pictures, but this is another valuable picture right here. This is Michael Jordan, autographed Dennis Rodman. Now, this is one that is worth a lot of money. I really try to keep it hidden because, you know, it's really valuable. It's one of them ones that, you know, it costs a lot. It's just that Michael Jordan, and because he don't sign too much. He don't sign too much autograph. And it's something to get into, ladies and gentlemen. This autographs, that's something that's very big to get into. That's a field to get into because you see a lot of players that come back into town and they come into your neighborhood. I mean, get them to sign something. You might know them and you might think it's get them to sign something. Sign one of your football. If you know them, I mean, get them to sign something. It won't hurt. Get them to sign a basketball. You might know them from the past. It will not hurt to have them to sign, especially if you are good friends with them. Because that thing is worth some money. That's worth some money, ladies and gentlemen. I understand y'all might say, well, it's not worth no money. It's worth money. This is a money-making thing right here. Them autographs, people pay money for these autograph items. They may not say nothing, but they got stores out there. They got people out there. You can go on Craigslist, and people are buying autograph sports items. And they are paying big dollars for players. So keep that in mind when these players that you know, especially the famous players, they come back into town that you know, that you friends with, get them to autograph some of your items. Or if you go to some of these games, get some of your stuff signed. And keep some of them items. Because if you keep these items and start collecting, there's going to be worth some down the road, or keep them for your children. Start investing for your kids and stuff like that and let them have it. But in closing, these are just some of the few items that I have. I got plenty of items that I've been collecting for years. I used to work for the stadium, Carolina Panthers, for 18 years. And so I've been collecting these things for years. But I just want y'all to know that this is one of the biggest items, and it's like stock. If you keep these items until these players either die or if they become real famous, the sky's the limit of how much people are paying for these items. So this is one of the shows I want to let y'all know about sports memorabilia. I just want to let y'all know that this is a money-making item. Get involved with it. So thank you for watching the show, and you be encouraged. Thank you.